What's going on, and welcome back to another barber tutorial. In this video we're doing a pompadour, and we're also going to be doing a bald fade on the side. And the bald fade I'm going with is going to be somewhat of a drop fade, just to keep the shape real nice and make the haircut flow. So yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned to see the final look. But here I'm getting started by saturating my client's hair with water. That's typically what I do anytime I'm cutting down the length on my client's hair. So yeah, make sure you get it nice and wet. Right now I'm running my comb through, combing it to the back, because that's really where I want the haircut to lay. So here I'm gonna just grab a little section from the front, and I'm gonna ask my client exactly how much he wants taken off, and I'm kind of gonna recommend him a good length, because you do not want to leave it too long and not too short. Not too long, because then it'll be way too heavy and you won't be able to get that volume and get that nice pompadour shape. And definitely not too short, because you will not get the volume as well. So you got to go a little bit in between to be able to do one of these type of haircuts. Also, you guys, when you guys are doing this type of haircut, it's very important that you guys leave the back a little bit shorter than the front, because you want everything to kind of come to the back and start to lay down perfectly. So really the longest length should be in the very front. Now here I'm gonna just go in and kind of check my work by doing like horizontal sections, going from the front to the back. And once again, I'm making sure that the front is definitely longer than the back, and kind of tapering off as I'm getting to the back, because that part is really important. That way you guys get your haircut to lay exactly how you want it. So now before I go in and do the fade, I'm gonna go ahead and start to section out his hair exactly where I feel like his head starts to round out. So now that I have my hair sectioned out, now I went ahead and switched over to my wall magic clips, and here I have my number 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open to go ahead and remove the bulk. And you guys are gonna see, once I work my way to the back, I'm gonna drop it kind of aggressively, and that's because I want to leave a lot of the length that's right there in the calic area, right above his occipital bone. That way, once again, just to make sure that the shape is on point. Now here I'm switching over to my Andis T outliner, and I'm gonna go ahead and set in my bald guideline. Alright, so now I'm switching back over to my wall magic clips, and with no guard and using the lever all the way open, I'm gonna go ahead and create a guideline by going up about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Now to help me blend out the bottom line, I always go back to the trimmers that I set in the bald guideline with, and then I just kind of bump it up just a little bit, and trust me, that bumping it up a little bit makes a whole lot of a difference. It makes it easier for you to blend out the bottom line. Now going back to the wall magic clips, and this time with the lever all the way closed, we're going to start to blend out the bottom line, going up about 1/4 inch each time, making sure that you're flicking up. Now here I went ahead and opened the lever halfway, and then this should pretty much blend out the bottom line completely. If it doesn't, just reopen the lever all the way and just continue to blend up to where the first initial line was, just to go ahead and clean it up. But feel free to play with the lever to do everything you need to go ahead and blend out the bottom line. Alright you guys, so now for the next step, I went ahead and attached my number 1 guard using the lever all the way open, and I'm going to go ahead and create another guideline by going up 1 inch. And when I'm doing this, since I use the 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open, which is pretty much a number 2, is a little bit longer than what I'm using right now, I'm going to stay a little bit underneath that 1.5 guard open. That way it blends in completely, if that makes sense. Alright, so now for this step, I went ahead and attached my half guard, and we're going to start blending from the top to the bottom. So with the lever all the way open, is not going to fully get rid of the bottom line, but it's going to start to fade it out little by little. So as you're closing the lever a little bit, the bottom line should almost be disappearing until you get to the lever all the way closed. So now here, as you guys can see, I have the lever all the way closed, and this should pretty much finish out blending all of the little imperfections that you see right there at the bottom. And if you guys do end up raising the line a little bit, all you guys really have to do is just play with the lever. Start with it all the way open, go halfway, and go close. Just continue doing that, and I'm sure you guys will get a good fade. So now here to blend in the fade to the side, I'm using a little bit of the clipper over comb technique, and I do have a no guard on my clipper with the lever all the way open. I find that to be the easiest way for me to blend in the side to the fade. So yeah, I do need to make a really in-depth technique video on how to do clipper over comb. I know I've gotten a lot of requests to do that video, so that video should be coming out pretty soon. So now here I'm going back in with my half guard just to do a little bit of touch-up work, just to make the fade a little bit better and make sure that it's perfect before I move on to the next step. Alright you guys, so now here I'm going to continue to blend from the side to the top, and to do that I'm going to grab a little bit of a section and comb it down and blend it with my scissors. And I'm going to continue to do that until I get to the middle of his head. That way the side of his hair is really tapering out to the very middle of his head, leaving the middle of his head to be the longest point of his hair. And I feel like that's another way of cross-checking your work. That way it's all symmetrical and leaving good shape for the haircut. So now at this point, I'm gonna go in and blow dry my client's hair. That way I'm able to mold his hair in the direction that I want and exactly where I want it to lay. And really, this is where you guys are gonna get the volume. If you guys do not blow dry your guys' client's hair, your client is just not gonna have no volume. And that's pretty much the whole point of a pompadour, is to have that nice volume in the front and have it all laid down in the back. Here I'm just going back in, doing a little bit of touch-up work with the clipper over comb just to blend it in a little bit more. And that should be pretty much it before I go in to style his hair. Now the product I'm using here is the Sharp and Dapper volumizing powder, and this stuff works great. If you guys would like to purchase all this stuff, the links will be down in the description down below. And this pretty much acts as like if you were using product, and this really leaves it like a real natural look. It's really dope. I definitely recommend this product. Like anytime I'm doing any type of texturized haircuts or anything that has to do with volume, I definitely apply some of this to my client's hair because that makes it a whole lot easier. Now I'm using a little bit of the matte product that Sharp and Dapper makes, and really all you really need is just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way when you're using any type of matte product. So yeah, I'm just basically rubbing it in through my fingers real good and then getting it all in his hair. So my client's hairline is actually really nice naturally, but he does like to get lined up, so I'm gonna go in and just clean him up just to make it really nice and crispy. Alright you guys, so that was pretty much the cut. I figured I'd show you guys how he walked in. This is the before, and get ready to see the after because it's a whole lot different. And boom, he looks so fresh in my opinion. The fade looks clean, the top looks clean, the pompadour just fits him. It just looks dope. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to leave a like. And if you guys would like to purchase any of the tools and equipment that I use inside this video, all of the links will be down in the description down below. But once again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.